Hi, I'm Jennifer. This is Unearthed Relics, and this week I'm going to try something a little different. I've been playing around with AI, and before you start to worry, I know there's more and more videos that are being kind of AI generated and kind of have like a little bit of a creepy sort of, is it real, is it not real sort of vibe. I am not using AI to create the actual video here. This is me, I'm a human. But that being said, I know that AI has some really good insights into the kinds of things that people are interested in and ways to kind of help you think through what people might be looking for in terms of different video content. So my husband actually had the idea or, inspiration to try to use AI to help to think of a prompt and think about ways to design the prompt and then actually feed that prompt back into AI to help come up with some video ideas. So I toyed around with that a little bit in ChatGPT, and it came up with a list of like 10 different ideas. And the first was thrifted treasures to timeless crafts, vintage ephemera haul, and junk journal inspiration, which seems like a whole lot of word salad. Like, I don't know if I would watch that video, to be honest, but in the little segment description for that video, it had intro and theme of the week, romantic, 1940s finds. And that's where it had me hooked, because I'm like, oh my gosh, ChatGPT, you're obviously like spying on my life, because this is literally the thing that I found this week from an estate sale. And I mean, this obviously isn't from the 1940s, but it's close. It's 1951. And I think this would be perfect for romantic finds. We'll call it from the 1950s. But I'm going to have some fun doing a little bit of collaging with this here in just a few minutes. But this is a great find. It was only $2. It was a wonderful estate sale. I've started to see patterns in terms of the kinds of things that like people who are obviously kindred spirits and the types of things they collect and find and are passionate about. They had a lot of great tea things, as well as some different crafting things I'll show off here in just a minute. But then I'm gonna get to crafting with this. So let me know what you think. Like, is my AI inspired inspiration for this week something that seems to be getting us more on the right track in terms of what people are seeing? Or am I way off base and you just wanna go into putting things into comments and letting me know what you wanna see in the future? Either is a good option, I think. So let me know, and let's get to the thrift haul and then we'll get to crafting. So in addition to this, I also picked up a few other things. I found a cute little Vera Bradley makeup case, or jewelry case rather, which in itself is probably not something I would pick up, but it so happened that the bag that I had grabbed for the day was a match, so I couldn't pass it up. It was perfect. It felt like it was meant to be, and I think it's really cute. And I'll have some fun stashing little jewelry and things in there, maybe not to travel with, but just to make a drawer or shelf look a little bit prettier. I also found some vintage cookie cutters. I was really excited about these. They were selling them for just 50 cents, which seemed really fair. And I love those. Those are really fun come holiday season for some assemblages. Love the little Rudolph here. That's pretty cute. Or reindeer, I guess it's not necessarily Rudolph unless you give him a red nose. But yeah, those were the things I found just like with a 10-minute stop at an estate sale really quickly. And then I also did a quick pass through the Goodwill outlet this week and didn't find a ton. It was one of my lighter trips, but I did find a piece of a vintage Candyland game from the 1970s. So I might have some fun with crafting on that guy a little bit later. I've been getting different game board related things and have some Candyland related things already in my stash, and I will get to using those here at some point. I also found these old, I guess flashcards or counting cards, and there are a couple different colors, and I was excited about those and grabbed a few of those, not the whole bunch of things that was there, but I think that those will be fun to use as part of these cute little kits that I'm putting together. I've been trying to get rid of some of the ephemera that I have and putting together fun little ephemera packs. And these are ones that I've been working on for a little while now for back to school. So I think these are gonna be cute. It's kind of got like the little book themed kind of folder pockets that I've made, and I've got little flashcards and game cards and pieces from old teacher's guides and music sheets and all kinds of things. So I think this will be really fun. I'm going to keep trying to add a few more things to these and get them ready to go. I know that we'll be back in back to school season here very, very soon. So I will share information about those in an upcoming video. But for now, I want to get to crafting. So join me and let's see what we can create with some romantic 1950s finds from this week. I looked this up. I don't always do this, but I try to, because I know sometimes different things for one reason or the other have a little bit more value. Again, this one is really rough, so I'm not thinking this is probably in sellable shape, but I looked it up and it was over $100 on eBay. So I didn't have the heart to cut into it as I had originally planned. That being said, I cut a few, or I made a few copies. So I copied the front page, obviously there with that fun picture of, I think that's Esther Williams based on the little name there. And then I copied a couple other ads and spreads from it that looked kind of fun. So yeah, so not cutting into it yet. I will put that on a pile and maybe I'll list it and see if it's something that somebody's interested. I feel like these things too, like obviously there's not a high demand for this where people are clamoring to get, so it probably is something that would be listed for a really long time. All of that being said, yeah, oh, that's a cute one too. I should have copied that. In any case, like there's so many cute things in here. A couple color images in addition to lots and lots of black and white stuff. And then just the ads themselves, I think, are interesting. And doesn't she look like she's ready to come after you? Blah. Anyway, so that's what's going on with that. I'm going to try to find something fun that kind of matches that 1950s romance theme and have some fun playing with these. I'm going to go with this one. This Let's Live for Today. I like that theme. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of cut these guys out here. This one is music. I have no idea what it's from, but it's from the 50s, so it's right in terms of time. Okay, and I'm going to get a little bit off of this. All right, get some glue out and get going. Couple different inks here that I might play around with. So yeah, get this guy going. Which color do I want? I'm going to start with this one first, and then maybe we'll do I've really been enjoying these brushes because they don't move the stencil around quite so much, so I can get a little darker coverage on with them. I'm not going all the way to the edge of the stencil on this one, just so you don't really see that kind of straight edge there. Like that. Get some over on this side too. I love my stencils. I don't think I could craft half as well without them. I've just been kind of collecting those over the years from holiday wish lists and things like that. In any case, I think that one looks really good. And now we can glue this guy down. It's kind of interesting to see the discoloration from the glue I laid down earlier. I wonder how old this one was. Maybe it's in the 50s too. It does look a little bit older potentially. In any case, I just kind of add that there. Guys, I guess I could do some inking around the edges on this one, but it's really thin paper, so I don't really think you're going to see much of that. I don't know, do I use the flinch card or not? I don't think it hurts. Get that ready to stick down in there. Use this one. I think we're going to leave that one off for now. I might do some other inking though, just for a little extra depth here. Oops, it's probably a little too much. I can put some of it. Just when I get the little things like that. But I do like just kind of this kind of front edge. So I'm just kind of using a little bit here to soften some of these edges. gonna do a little bit of text stamping here. Been watching for the last couple weeks, you will know that I've had some splatter challenges. So I am not using an open splatter kind of approach today. Instead, I am going to use a stencil to kind of get a splatter effect here in some spots, just a couple. Sure I pick different little spots. There we go. Like that. A little bit safer. Not gonna get splatter in my eyes like I have been doing recently. So yeah, there we go. There. I think that one's done now. I'm happy with that. So that's the final product. Let me know in the comments if you would chop up the original. I'm really curious to know, like, I paid $2. It probably would have been thrown away if I didn't buy it. But I still feel guilty, like, when I see that somebody's placing so much value on something. In any case, like, I know ephemera is just that. It's meant to be ephemeral. So yeah, what would you do if you looked something up and saw that it was worth that much money? Again, I'm not assuming that I'd be able to sell it for that much, but it was fun to find that out, and definitely a fun find, and I hope that you enjoyed this week's video. I'm also interested in knowing if you think the AI got it right. Was this a fun video to watch? Was this a topic that you were interested in? Let me know, and also let me know if there's other topics you'd like to see me cover or other crafts you'd like to see me try in future weeks. Thanks for joining this week, and hope to see you back here again real soon. Bye-bye.